Are you sick of having issues with your webinars? Wasting tons of time on troubleshooting with attendees?
That is a distraction. Great and wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world. I welcome you to this quick one. I know I did a broadcast a few hours ago, but this one, it is something that is very, very important. We need to respond to this, narrative that these people want to start selling currently. So we must debunk it and bring it to its context. And of course, you all know that information has it that the Finland news visited Nigeria. Finland journalists, of course, you know, when you talk about investigative journalism, this is it. They visited Nigeria, Enugu to be precise, and in visiting Nigeria, what happened and their findings in Nigeria, they actually made a communication with Ima Powerful. And in that communication with Ima Powerful gave them their own, IPOB's view on the activities of the Finland-based criminal in the name of Ekperima. And I know that so many people say we shouldn't talk about the man, but it is time to keep set the record straight, because this has been one of the reason why we allow him to sell a narrative to our people, and by the time we come in, it's already sinked in. So we cannot allow that to happen this time around. Of course, I know there is a piece I am going to bring to you. If you are watching this video on Judge Money blog, wherever you are watching this video, share the video. Let us actually try to, share the video and invite other people to join. Wherever you are watching from, share the video, allow others to join. Let us do the needful. Very, very important. Let us do the needful. Very, very important. We're going to actually find out, what Ima Powerful said to Finland news journalist. And of course, the one in Finland is trying to censor it somehow to give it to you, but we are going to bring it out. It does not matter what, the content of it. We are going to actually make it available before he even, because he's claiming he's going to give it to you so that you will find a way to translate them. You don't need to translate it. We are going to translate part of them for you. What's going on? Just 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. So, I'm going to help you to translate such news, because it is very, very important we talk about it. And then, the narrative there, he is selling right now, just like you heard them speaking last night, that the journalist went to Enugu and met with and spoke to Imapoafo. He claimed that somebody connected him to Imapoafo. So when he is a spokesperson of IPOB, how come a journalist travel from Finland who knows nobody? The only person they met is an IPOB who is IPOB that knows what is going on in the IPOB family. And if let's assume that they never met, or let's assume that autopilot has taken over the whole of Biafra land, all of a sudden a journalist traveled all the way from Europe and found himself in Enugu. And while at it, the people he was able to, meet to talk to were IPOB who knows, the truth. And that's how they directed the journalist to Imapoafo. Now you will begin to see the difference between, between autopilot in the media space threatening people and what is going on the ground when you talk about IPOB and their whatever they are doing. I am making this broadcast for a record purpose, because the reason why I'm actually making this broadcast it is late, but the reason why I'm actually trying to make this broadcast right now, it is about their lies. We need to set them straight. We need to put the record straight. We need to make sure that we don't allow these people to manipulate and the narrative. And I want you to also understand that Imapoafo spoke to the journalist, and the information Imapoafo gave to the journalist, which is the argument here. Why did Imapoafo give the informations that he gave to the journalist to the journalist? That is the argument. Now, I will start it this way. For those of you who are I want you to tag all this this spokesperson and the disciple. Tag them to come into this program. Tag them while sharing the video. Bring them into the program so that we will join force and ask Imapoafo why did you do what you did, because that's exactly what they want to know, so that we will ask it together and then we will get our response even now. So tag them, bring them to come in so that we will clarify them. They always believe that they lead IPOB family, that even their spokesperson said that he is the leader of IPOB. Is no longer disciple, is no longer spokesman. Just like the program I did last night, he is now the leader of IPOB, according to him. So now, that exactly those are the reason why you see the journalists trying to make their way, because they don't want to say we hear say they say. They take information from both sides. That's why they flew down to Enugu from Finland, and they gathered their information, and the people they met in Enugu, they actually directed them to the IPOB Media Publicity Secretary, Imapoafo, and as a result of that, they gathered the information which actually put them on the plane and brought them to Enugu. There was a cause that they came to actually promote or champion at Enugu. They did not just flew from Finland to Enugu to do other businesses, but for one reason. And that reason, whenever you see somebody from Europe coming to a particular place for a purpose, when they arrive there, they actually will concentrate on that same purpose, nothing else. Even if they will gather other things, it is not the reason why they are there. The reason why they are there, they will actually focus on it and make sure it is achieved. Now, let me actually try to narrate the story of what this guy in Finland was brainwashing, how he was brainwashing people that Emma Powerful left the IPOB freedom fighting and started telling the Finland government or Finland journalists. This is not about, I want you to understand what's going on here, because I know that so many of you will say that the Nigeria government did it. It is not Nigeria government issue. We are in the media. Everyone sees what is going on in the media. The Igbo president fueled it. And there is a group of Igbo people, Igbo in Finland, they actually fueled it. I am going to read it in the article that in the news coming out of Finland, which is a bit different from the one I read last night. You will see it and you will understand exactly what we are talking about. That it is not about the Nigeria government, because they were doing everything. This guy was working for them. And now, those whom place him there, we want to see if they will stand up for him. That's the only thing we want to see. We want to see if they are going to stand up for him. That is very important. And remember my post, I believe in December or 2 months ago, when I told you within the 3 months from that day that this guy is going to be disgraced. I told you that. I reposted that post on my page. The reason why I am reiterating on that is for you to know that whatever we say is divine. And secondly, whatever I'm going to show you now, you will now begin to understand all the expositions I've been doing about this guy and his careers and all that. You will understand it from this article that I am going to read, coming out from Finland Direct. The news about the guy, it is not the same as the one I read. It's not the same as the one I read last night. So I am going to actually read it for you. Let me try to say it now. Just pay attention. Pay attention as it is coming. Pay attention. Let us read. While you are paying attention, share the video and invite others to join. We are going to read it. We are now also going to now try to find out exactly the information that Emma Powerful gave to the Finland journalist, which has become a problem right now to the enemies and the autopilot. So they want to use it to find a way to lie about IPOB, but let's go there. Oh, did I lose? Did I miss? Just one moment. Let me find the news again. It went off. All right, got the news, got it. So let us actually read about it. We don't need to, I'm translating it for you, so you don't need to wait for, for the translation. I'm just going to do the translation for you. I'm going to read it out the way it is. Just pay attention. It says it is a Hame NCP Ways separatist leader Simon. Remember, separatist leader Simon Ekper's activities in Nigeria. Now, in translation, is local leader of the National Coalition Party said they were surprised to hear that a local NCP councillor is advocating an armed uprising in his native Nigeria. Did I not tell you he is a local politician in Finland? I told you that, right? If you don't remember it, You go back to the post that I have made. I am going to be reminding you everything I have told you so far about this guy and all his claims. Now, they said that also, Simon, during a live broadcast from his home in Lahti, Finland, in early February, okay, that one I am going to click on the link later. Now, last week, the news channel reported on Simon Ekperima, a local city councillor, South Central Finland, who is leading an armed rebellion in Nigeria from his home in Lahti. Ekperima's group aims to block Nigeria's central government from holding election in Biafra region in the southeastern part of the country. Southeastern part of the country. Now you will begin to understand that he is different from everything Mazen Nnamdi Kanu stands for. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu fights for the Biafra land, the eastern region, not southeastern region. This guy, I told you the reason why they push him there. There is also Western agenda in what he's doing, which he does not know about it. That's why whatever they are saying, they refer as southeastern Nigeria, which comprises of 5 states. Not Biafra land. 5 eastern region of southeastern Nigeria is not only Biafra land. We have Biafra land in south, this tautology, coordination they actually made. But we have, Biafra land in almost 13 states. I believe in 13 states, Biafra land is there, or that those are Biafra lands. But he is targeting southeastern Nigeria. Why? Now, let us continue. Like I told you, that he might be telling you he is going to get you Biafra in 20 this, in 20 that. It is all about the Western agenda. They want to actually make sure that Biafra we are fighting is not strong, or even if it will trigger like this, we are talking about only the southeastern region of Nigeria. And at the end of the day, it will now boil down for us to have the type of independence that are encroached by neo-colonialism. That is why they placed him there, but he does not know, and those who sent him does not know how formidable IPOB has been. They believe that we just talk. They don't know that whatever we speak is divine. Anytime IPOB medias, they come online, whatever we speak, you will find out, you will take it to the bank. At the end of the day, it will manifest. You will cash it out, because we are formidably truthful in our cause, and we are championing a just cause. We are not fighting to oppress our people. We are fighting for the restoration of our land, the land of Elohim in the face of this planet Earth, and that is exactly what we are fighting for. In this regard, we're supposed to be more diplomatic than violent, because that is exactly what Nigeria wanted us to be, and because they could not, they now decided to put this person there with the help of some clergymen, and they were promoting him. Now we will see if they are going to help him when he finds himself in the other side of the law, which he has done, which is already close to, happening. Now let us continue. The news Ekperima's activities in Nigeria come. Okay, I think I jumped so much. Armed rebellion in his home in Lahti. Ekperima's group aims to block Nigeria's central government from holding election in the Biafran region in the southern eastern part of the country. Why do they want to block election in the southern eastern part of the country? Why is it so? Because whoever that is sponsoring their shenanigan told them that if you block southern eastern part of Nigeria from election, so that those who will rig the election from the top, they will use it as an excuse to rig their election, their crazy and stupid election, which is always being rigged. So we don't need to interfere in this time, because it is a very crucial time this election period, it is a time that, we need to use our diplomacy. We don't need to fall into the victim that they want us to fall. Because whatever you are doing in life, you need to know when to change your tactics, when to bring a new, tactics. You cannot continue to go, because you believe it will be, or you are told this will help. By whom? By the people who don't want Biafra to come. Now, it will now set you, into the wrong path of the law. Remember what you have been doing, Ohaneze, Igbo politicians, those that are now, looking forward to nail you, they were clapping for you. They were okay by that. But today, because you want to now, you are doing something that does not favor them. You are doing something that does not favor them. When you were trying to incriminate IPOB all this while, they believe we will not come out to debunk you. They believe that we will focus and be doing what we're supposed to do. But they see that we have disassociated you from IPOB. Now they have to come in. Now, because it is a bad business for them. Now, because politicians, they are partisan. They can make a U-turn. That is the reason why once a politician changes a political party, they will start castigating the previous party. That's how politics is. So some of you who will believe that it is Nigeria government looking for this agent provocateur, it is a lie. It is a lie. Now, let us actually look at it more. Ekpa, an entrepreneur and a former athlete and a Finnish Defense Forces conscript. Did you hear that? Finnish Defense Forces what? Conscript. I want you to see it yourself. Finnish Defense Forces. Where is it? Let me, I don't know if you will be able to see it. Where is it? Let me put my finger on it so that you will see it. When I speak, are you seeing where it says, let me highlight it. Let me highlight it. So that you will. Did you see place that is highlighted in a blue? Are you seeing it? Finnish Defense Forces conscript. Finnish Defense Forces conscript. When I told you that, each and every time, these are the reason why we needed to be there to debunk all his lies. Now you will understand that he claimed to you that he's a military. This is a news from Finland Direct. It is not Zoo News. He claimed to you that he was a military. But are you seeing what I am reading here? It says that an entrepreneur and former athlete, Finnish Defense Forces conscript. What did I tell you? Since 2021, when these criminals are telling you that he is athletics, he is military in Finland, he is a military man in Finland. I told you that to be a conscript in Finland and other countries that does not have military alliances in Europe, it is something that is mandatory. It is something that is mandatory as long as you are less than 30 years old. Once you obtain the citizen, you are bound to go for military conscript and you will pass out from military conscript. You go there, he went there, he took pictures and he used it to start, brainwashing people. He used it to start brainwashing you, telling you that he is a military, personnel in Finland. He is not a military personnel. He is a military conscript. There is a difference between being in the army, serving in the army, and being a conscript. It is like youth service. How long did you serve in youth service? Did you not have some military training during the time you had youth service in Nigeria? That is like a military conscript. When you actually obtain some of these, military strategies, or in the case of emergency, so that you will be able to help. That is exactly the same thing you do as a youth service in Nigeria. So, but in this regard, they are very serious about their own, because they never had a military alliance with anybody. That's why they are trying to join NATO today. Of course, you know that. So let us continue to at least you have actually seen that Judge Money doesn't lie. When I tell you this is white, it is white. Now let us continue. He's a member of National Coalition Party NCP and serves as a member of Lati Region Public Transport Board. Now, news of Ekpa's activities in Nigeria came as a complete surprise to the HAME NCP organization, the party members. NCP organization, its executive director, Micah Erinen, told the Clear News he regrets that the municipal group has been drawn into an international conflict. Are you paying attention? Let me read it again. Maybe you didn't get it. You know, complete surprise to the NCP organization, its executive director, Mika Erinin, told Clear that he regrets that the municipal group has been drawn into an international conflict. Are you seeing what the party stands to lose? Or what the party stands to lose? Because opposition party is going to actually use that as a weapon, that this party harbors terrorism. So you will find out that it will not be only IPOB talking about the activities of this guy. It is his opposition party, the politics, in the local politics they play. You know, there are many things I cannot do because I'm a member of a political party. There are things, that is the reason why when you come online, we make sure that whatever we say, we will be able to defend it wherever we are taken to, actually about it. When it comes to politics, I know politics. If you want, you know, you don't understand, but one day we are going to find out. But let us continue. Let us just not go there. Let us just proceed. Now, let us continue reading. You know, he regrets that the municipal group has been drawn, their party has been drawn into an international conflict. We will look into the matter immediately, Erinen said on Friday evening. According to Erinen, there has been contradictory information about Ekpa's activities in the media. Ekpa described himself as a human rights activist, but others refer to him as a leader of a rebel movement. We in the local Lati NCP organization aren't experts on the international situation in Nigeria. We will first clarify what this is all about before we start, drawing more conclusions, said Erinen. If it turns out that Ekpa is involved in an armed activities, his position in the NCP must be reconsidered, he added. Now you see, when I told you that this guy is going to be disgraced in the next in the 3 months time, go and read it. Check the date when I post that. I reposted it on Judge Money blog. Go and check the date where I posted it so that you will know that when we come to tell you something, you will take it seriously. Ever since we come into this program or we started promoting this Biafra agitation, we always come to tell you something that we know we have fact about, that is proven. And when I told you that you might not understand it or you might not believe it, but you will begin to see it right now. That it is not about talking, or even if you take it as talking, our mouth is the mouth of Chukwu Kikabiama. Whenever we speak, it comes to pass. Now let us continue. Ekpa is a member of Nigeria Igbo minority who mainly live in the Biafra region of southeastern part of the country It declares independence in 1967 but was forcibly reclaimed by Nigeria 3 years later. Hundreds of Igbo people live in Finland. The Igbo Union Finland Association, which represents them, condemns Ekper's activities. And now, remember the news I was telling you yesterday, that he went to the Igbo Union meeting with an armed bodyguard. He went there with an armed bodyguard to intimidate them. Just like he went to Biafra, meetings to intimidate those whom he believed ndo betelego. He went and intimidated them, take a video and start making a video and start, creating a narrative. And he sold that to you. So many of you bought it. Now, I told you yesterday that he went to Igbo Union meeting with an armed bodyguard. And they chased them away. Because he went there to, sell a narrative. He went there to sell a narrative, to create a scene and use a photo, a video, and video what is going on there, so that he will present to the people who are looking for him, to say to them, these are the people who you claim that condemned me, but they are begging me. That is exactly what he wanted to do there. But these people were wise enough. They chased him and his armed bodyguard away. Armed bodyguard in Finland costs $100 per hour. Where does he get the money to have armed bodyguard? Local councillors in Finland does not move with the bodyguard. It is a local councillor, municipal councillor. You don't need to move with the bodyguard. In fact, you live in the normal community others, because you are just the person who makes sure that service delivery comes to the place. So they did not make a provision for you to have armed bodyguard. Now, where did you get money to have an armed bodyguard? From this struggle, because you see this struggle as a way to find fortune and fame. Now let us continue. Let us proceed. Hundreds of Igbo people live in Finland. The Igbo Union Finland Association, which represents them, condemns Ekper's activities. He should stop inciting hatred and provocation. Ekper does not represent the Igbos of Finland, the group chair, Oji Anya Odim, told Fle News. Odim pointed out that many Igbo living in Finland still have relatives and family members in Nigeria. As violence escalates, these people are at risk. If Finland does not intervene in Ekper's activities, we in Biafra land are heading towards a new Rwanda. He must be stopped, Odim said, referring to the 1994 genocide in Rwanda, where nearly 800,000 people were killed. Nigeria has also demanded that Finland stop Ekper's operation. Ekper has said that he represents the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB in bracket, a nationalist separatist organization, and its armed wing. He said he represents indigenous people of Biafra, which is a lie. Ekper is not a member of IPOB. That's what now we boil down to what Ima Powerful said to the Finland media. We are coming there. I just want to use this to build a background, and you will see some of the things that was, extracted from Enugu, even here. So, let us now build a background before we go to the response of Ima Powerful to the Finland-based journalist who came to do investigative journalism at Enugu, to be precise, in Nigeria. He claimed he represents the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, a national separatist group. Is he a member of IPOB? The answer is no. How does he represent? How can you represent an organization which you are not part of? Because you grew up in Abakaliki, Ibagowa, Finland. Just because you found yourself into political space or local politics in Finland, you believe that every other person, because that is actually what he believed, that every other person in this struggle that are in the leadership position, they are nobody. That's why he believed that he can bring his stupid, his baby politics into the home of IPOB, without knowing that there are a lot of us who are rooted in politics, who knows this politics, but we chose to defend our land. We don't want to go and play politics in Nigeria, because that is not actually what is going to benefit our people. It is only going to benefit us who are the politicians. But when it boils down to that, end, it is not going to benefit anybody, not even our unborn children, because politics in Nigeria does not help anybody. So, but we have a way where we are going to send our messages, not through the route where these criminals are going, this syndicate, not through that route. But let us continue. Ekpa is active on social media where he has tens of thousands of followers. In a tweet on Friday in all capital letters, he declared, "I will be your end. God will use me to end Nigeria and end their criminality globally and free Biafra." Are you now seeing how investigative these people are? They follow everything you tweet. They follow everything you do. It is not that they are exaggerating or they went to Nigeria to talk, they went to confirm it on the ground. The people who are feeling the spikes of his activities, they went to the ground to confirm it. And that's exactly what happened. Now let us continue. The post was accompanied by a photo of Ekpa wearing his finished military uniform, with some of it is near covered, alongside a picture of IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu. He is in detention after calling on his followers to kill members of other ethnic group. He is in detention after calling his followers to kill members. Have you now seen the narrative that is being pushed? Have you now seen the narrative that is being pushed? They say that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is in detention after calling on his followers to kill members of other ethnic groups. Now you will begin to know when I tell you there is a Western agenda behind what these people are doing. You will not understand it. Don't get it wrong. You might understand that everything that is happening right now is working against their agent. But you don't know. That is the reason why I tell you that there are different layers. When the Western agenda want to play, there will be different layers. So that when you are caught in the act, you will not know how to trace back to them. I said this and I made it clear. So many of you who follow and they always listen to me, you can actually make a comment in that comment section to confirm it. If you know you have heard it. If you don't hear it, don't make me feel good. I don't want to feel good. All I want to hear is the truth. I use this line every day. They have different layers that you will not even know whom you are working for. You will not even know whose agenda you are pushing. So that when it comes back on you, you will not find a way to trace back at them. You will only be seeing few people who just, introduce you to what you are doing, giving you an agenda to push. That's the way it is. But let us continue. They say that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu killed other ethnic groups. Killed other ethnic groups. What do you have to say about it, Biafrans? Before we proceed with this news. Did Mazen Nnamdi Kanu order any killing on any ethnic groups? The answer is no. Did Mazen Nnamdi Kanu order any killing of our people or pregnant women? The answer is no. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu created Eastern Security Network. Do you know the job of Eastern Security Network? Of course, everybody in Europe, everybody around the world, or of course, Finland can go to their embassy and obtain the statistics of terrorist movement and activities in Nigeria. And it is being sponsored by politicians in Nigeria. And now, for us to protect our land and assuage this ordeal of terrorist attacks and the menace of it, for us to assuage them, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, we agreed together, the indigenous people of Biafra, we actually funded it. It is not only Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. He is a leader. He actually bring up the idea. We funded to have a security outfit which is going to defend our land from the invasion of terrorism, which has been ravaging and truncating every activities of ordinary people in the northern Nigeria. So for us to actually make a hair while the sun is shining, or, to make sure that we protect our land from the invasion of terrorist activities, that is as a result, we created that security outfit. And that is what's been saving our land until the emergence of this criminal called Ekpa and his Western agenda and his fellow criminal syndicate in the autopilot. That's when we started hearing about killing in our land. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had never ever ordered any killing. He set up a security outfit which all of us are funding them, making sure that they are up and running to protect and defend our land. Anybody who goes to the bush to live, holding AK-47 without the government knowing about them, who are they? Kidnapping and raping farmers. Who are they? Terrorists. Taking ransom. Who are they? Terrorists. So we created a security outfit to make sure that all our bushes within Biafra land are secured and safe for people to go into the bushes to farm, because that is where our farms are located. We don't have those sophisticated farms where you will have a plot that is being protected by, 1,000 feet fence. We don't have such sophisticated plot of land where we farm, because we don't have mechanized or government-sponsored farming system. People just have piece of land, convert their piece of land as a farm in the bush. So terrorists take advantage of that, go and make a dwelling place in that bushes. And when these people come, they prey on them, they kidnap them, they rape the women, they actually kill some of them. So we decided to come up with Eastern Security Network, which is Ohafuluku. It is the whole Biafrans. We agreed with it. That's why we are funding them, to protect and defend our land until the emergence of this guy called Simon Ekpa, where he decided to go and destroy every activities of these people by creating a faction which will continue to answer the name of Eastern Security Network and using them to commit different manner of, all manner of, injustices against the people we are fighting to protect. That is exactly what the case is. This new report that says that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the detention because he ordered for the killing of other ethnic group, that is a lie, and from the pit of hell. So we continue. That is part of the narrative they are pushing. Now, last May, Nigeria police blamed the IPOB for a massacre in which 14 civilians were killed. Wow. Including a pregnant mother and her 4 children, according to The Guardian. Have you now seen how these gutter media in Nigeria, they report, Guardian, politician media, when they want to push a narrative that will favor them? 14 able-bodied men was killed by a Bubagu militia. Did any news carry it internationally? The answer is no. A Bubagu militia today was found guilty of extortion, torture on the individuals, and illegal activities, illegal arrest, and the extortion of body parts. That's why they were disbanded by Nigeria judiciary. So if that is the case, why did they not talk about the killings of a Bubagu militia? Those are the Bubagu militia who killed 14 innocent men who were attending a wedding ceremony of their friends. A Bubagu militia killed them. Nobody talked about it. Now, talking about the killing of citizens and a pregnant woman in May, where, I believe it is that one, if it is about the December one, when Simons, ordered a senseless sit at home. I don't think it was in May. Was it in May? No, it is around December, right? It is around December. So, where he ordered a senseless sit at home, which got a pregnant woman killed. So, these things they are writing here is a fallacy. They don't want to, every time they say IPOB, IPOB. What did IPOB? When you ask Simon, he will tell you he's a leader of IPOB. He's representing IPOB. And he is committing every crime using the name of IPOB. Have you now seen the reason why it is very important to clear our name? Have you now seen the reason why we found our name in the terrorist index? Courtesy of Tony Blair Institute. Have you now seen it? Have you now seen the reason why the job we are doing in the public domain need to pay off right now? Now let us continue. As Ekpa is a Finnish citizen, the state's powers to intervene in his activities are limited. Incitement against a national group could be one potential crime, but the Nigeria central government can't really be considered a national group, said Matti Tovanin. This is Professor of Criminal Law and Procedure at the University of Eastern Finland. Nigeria considers the IPOB and ISAM wings to be terrorist organizations, but the European Union has not classified them as such. According to Tovanen, the international classification of organization is irrelevant in serious crime. It is essential to consider whether this organization meet hallmarks of terrorism as defined in Finland law, he said. If they are deemed, you see now everything that this guy has been doing is now all about IPOB now. It is not only about him, right? It's not only about him because he has now brought IPOB to where they need to be considering whether IPOB, the activities of this organization are supposed to be terrorist activities. Have you now seen where it's going? It is not about him only. So that those of you who said that we are jealous of the bastard, you will know it is not being jealous of the bastard. He has nothing to be jealous about. What has he achieved in Nigeria? Being whatever he is in Finland, what has he achieved in Nigeria? He has nothing. You saw the allegedly house they showed you where he came from. By Achalugo. I don't know if it is, but I don't think they will present something that they have not confirmed. So in that regard, you will now know what are we jealous of about him. It is not like anybody cannot wake up one day and decided to turn to tiger and do what he's doing. Anybody can do it. You just need to be firm. It's just about what are you going to achieve at the end of it all. What will be your end game? That is it. It is not as if, you know, people believe they have monopoly of violence. But the law said, nobody has a monopoly of violence. You know why? Because anybody who pulls the trigger first is the violent person. Are you now getting the point? Nobody has the monopoly. Anybody can be violent. But let's continue. If they are deemed to be terrorist organizations, then the law provides many opportunities to intervene. Even the slightest contact with such an organization is punishable. Tovanen explained. Now you see the reason why I tell you there is a Western agenda. Are you now seeing what? The way they are now bringing it. Now they have to start investigating IPOB, which Simon Ekpa is not part of. Are you now seeing the implication to IPOB? They have to start investigating IPOB, which Simon Ekpa is not a registered member of. Because he's been hiding under the skin of IPOB. Now he will indict IPOB to his shenanigan Western agenda. That's how they roll. That is how they roll. Watch closely how they use media, how they actually create faction, how they do what they, that is how they roll. Are you now getting the point? Now let us continue. He sees Ekpa's activities as exceptional in Finnish terms. There has never been a similar situation before where there has been defense against a foreign government like this. He noted, the Finnish Security and Intelligence Services SUPO declined to comment on Ekpa under the new intelligence law. SUPO no longer conduct preliminary investigation, but if necessary, consult with the police, who are responsible for the criminal investigation. The National Bureau of Investigation, NBI, also declined to comment on the case. The National NCP has also not commented on it. The main opposition party, led by former Finance and the Interior Minister Petteri Orpo, has been leading public opinion polls for more than a year ahead of this spring's Finnish parliamentary election. Okay. Now, of course, that's where I told you opposition parties will make use of that. That's what I told you. They will make use of that, definitely, to use it against the other party. That is politics. It is opportunity that calls for politicians when they want to do their own things. So now, this is where I am going to leave this particular one. Let's head down to Imapowerful. Let's head down to Imapowerful. If so many of you have seen exactly what we read here, that was the articulation and what is going on within Finland and their politics within Finland politics cycle. Now, what is it all about? There are many things we read here, which I am not going to explain, because if I explain it, it is like jeopardizing the modus operandi or exposing the modus operandi of secret services. So we will allow it to roll, because IPOB has nothing to hide, and we will allow it to roll. I am not going to explain it further, but there are things that I understand here which you might not be able to understand. Now, okay, now we are going to now talk about the response of Imapowerful to the Finland. For you to know how serious this is. The reason why somebody deleted their YouTube account, I told you, did I not? I told you somebody deleted their YouTube account because and that is when all these investigations are going on. That was when some of the people whom he is giving money that he is realizing from IPOB will be advising him, do this, do that, do this, do that. But the advice is not going to help, because the investigation will go down to Biafra land as well, where they will be asking different questions to different people, because those are the people who are on the ground feeling the heat of what he's doing, his activities. They will go down to ask these questions, and these questions are going to go this way. They are going to ask, what is the activities of this guy? Is he feared or is he loved by the people? Because the only thing that saves a person who claims that he is leading and representing a nation is the support of the nation. That's when the support of the nation will have a role to play. Now, the news we read yesterday from Finland stated that he is feared. It never said he is loved. He is feared. So he threatens people. That's why they fear him. It's part of the investigation, so it means that people are not with him. They just fear him because he has criminals on the ground who can threaten and kill anybody who does not agree with him. So, in this regard, we now go to Emma Powerful's response to the Finland investigative journalism, because that's how it is. Interpol is involved. Now, Finland investigative journalist arrived at Enugu. And what happened? He met some people on the ground. And those people, of course, if autopilot are actually really, the way they present themselves in the media, having posed to vote out the DOS when they are not even member of IPOB. And they believe that their poll won, and that means that they have the support of all Biafrans in Biafra land, not that the leadership of IPOB is no longer in charge of Biafra land. And our leader's wife came to tell you that when you see them in the media, it is that number, and maybe you doubted it. It is that number. You don't see them. Let them come out and say they are autopilot in Nigeria. If they are having that number, they can proudly be screaming autopilot. Even when the media representative came, they were supposed to be saying autopilot. Now we are going to lead you to our autopilot man on the ground. Why then did they lead them to Emma Powerful, the IPOB media publicity secretary? What does that tell you? And these people don't have any support from the ground. They are just forcing things. They are being feared. They are not respected. There is a difference between you being afraid of me and you loving me for what I am doing. Those of you who are genuine here, you will love me for the sake of what I am doing. You cannot be afraid of me because I have never given you that reason to be afraid of me. You will love me for what I am doing. And I will love you for the sake you are my brother, my sister. And we are fighting to restore our dignity. That's it. Now, in this regard, they now directed them to Emma Powerful. Emma Powerful was not in Enugu. And this journalist did not, tell IPOB that we are coming. They just come unannounced. And unannounced, they found, contact of Emma Powerful, which is to show you also that even the politicians and everybody in Nigeria, they know that IPOB, we are not in a wrong footing. They know we are not terrorists. But for the sake of oppressing the truth, that is the reason why they're doing what they are doing. That is as a result, for him to come, you will know that must have met some people, even some of the people that are famous in that area. And he will go to the ground, meet people that are not, nobody. I will not say nobody. There are people that are not known. Now, and they will do their investigation. People will bring up their information. Now, this one was before the journalist visited. That's the real truth. The one I read before the journalist visited. So the preliminary report is still up and running, and the investigation is still ongoing, and the report is going to now be submitted very soon. So Emma Powerful was speaking to this journalist. The journalist came for what? To find out the activities of Simon Ekpa. Just like the illiterate is telling you that instead of Emma Powerful to come out there to start telling the journalist about Biafra and reporting we need freedom, which is not what the journalist came for. The journalist was specific. These are not zoo that are very confused. When they are going on a mission, they are focusing on that mission and they are not focusing on anything. Now, the journalist came to ask, what is the activities of this guy in Finland? And he managed to find the media publicity secretary, Emma Powerful. And the Mapoafo now answered the question as per asked by the journalist. Is there anybody who will be brought, who will come to, a question and answer? Except Buhari, this Buhari in Asorock, this version of Buhari in Asorock. That if they come to a question and answer, when you ask them, what is the activities of this guy in Finland? He will tell you, no, IPOB, we are a group, we want to secede. And we fought war in 1967. And Britain kill our people. Do you think that person will take it serious? Because this is important information, specific information that need to be tackled. That need to be tackled. Close that door, please. That need to be tackled. That's exactly what is happening. And he come up to tell you this yesterday, few hours ago, that Powerful left telling the media journalist that came to inquire about his activities, instead of leaving his activities and telling her about him about Biafra. Does that make any sense? It doesn't make sense, dude. Because if you are asked, what is your name? Will you say that Biafra is a nation, existed in 1967? Does it make sense? It does not make sense. You are answering question as per ask. As per the question, you are not going to be like the man in Asorock. That when they ask him, how do you build anti-democratic resilience? He will tell you, we must adapt the American system. You must be in a good book of America. That is how you will get. It is not when, as an intellect, is being interviewed by an investigative journalist. These journalists, they exactly know what they come for. They ask every question, which that question is going to clear the air for IPOB in the international stage, which is very, very important right now, because they have already started clamoring, because inside their local parliament that IPOB is being proscribed by Nigeria. They are weighing the option to see if IPOB is a terrorist organization, instead of investigating the criminal that is carrying out illegal activities. Western agenda. Now, Powerful has to come in and clear the air. That all the activities of IPOB, it is the activities, we are peaceful, loving freedom movement, and we are disciplined. But this guy is a member of a faction created by some politicians in order to use him to scuttle the activities of IPOB. The fact that Nigeria, branded IPOB a terrorist organization, it is only because IPOB stopped them from carrying out their terrorist activities in our bushes. So as a result of that, they had to create this man. They have to bring this man to the limelight in order for him to make IPOB a terrorist organization. That since that time, he has been carrying out illegal activities using the name of IPOB, in the name of his activities when he is carrying them out, so that it will incriminate the brand of IPOB. This guy is not a member of IPOB. Whatever he is doing, he is on his own. So you expect him powerful, you Simon, as a criminal you are. You expect him powerful that when journalists ask him, why is IPOB killing people in Biafra land? And he will say, IPOB is killing people because Simon Ekpa is or IPOB is killing people in Biafra land because IPOB don't want the election. Did IPOB say we don't want the election? The answer is no. Is Simon spokesperson of IPOB? The answer is no. Is Simon a member of IPOB? The answer is no. He is the one screaming that he don't want the election because he collected from the opposition party. Likewise in Sima. Likewise Asorock. They are the ones supporting one opposition party. That's why some of them turn their platform into campaign platform today. So now you will begin to understand exactly what we are saying. It is not about, broadcasting or announcing Biafra. Biafra is already known all over the world. The fact that they are keeping quiet about it, it is as a result of the Western agenda. It is not about that they don't know. So is it when more powerful will leave the question being thrown at him, as a learned man he is, leaving it and answering otherwise? Do you think they will ever take Biafra seriously? Do you think there is any journalist that will want to interview Biafra? Because if you leave the question you are asked and talking another thing, it means that you are not objective. It means that you are actually unlearned. You are useless. So that's why how you want Powerful what you want Powerful to do, to leave what he's supposed to answer to the journalist, investigative journalist, because if he was not investigative, he wasn't going to fly all the way from Finland to Nigeria. And he did not come there to promote IPOB. He came there to gather a report as per, widespread concern of the people about your Simon's illegal activities. And you expect somebody to leave that thing. This guy flew a plane all the way from Finland to Nigeria to gather. And you are now going to compel them, leave this thing and follow another thing. Does it make sense? Wisdom. Common sense is no longer common. Common sense is no longer common. I know what he was saying, last night. It is something that he wants to use to definitely, to push a narrative that will see many people trying to, because he wants to make you push something into your head that even the truth that will no longer set you free. You know that this is not Nigeria. The journalist is not a Nigerian journalist. He came there for specific assignment. The same assignment he will champion. Nothing else, nothing more. And you were not also there to see, even if he more powerful, tell him about promotion of IPOB, he's not going to write it in the article that is going to make public, because that was not what he was sent by his company to go and represent. Are you now getting the point? So ask this guy in Finland if he has brain or he need one. Because he does not have brain, because he does not have sense, that is the reason why he will come to the public domain to say such things that he was saying yesterday or last night or a few hours ago. Because he lacked wisdom, he lacks sense. That's why he will come and start saying such things. Because he believes he is still a zoo. There is nothing you will do Aboki. Whether Aboki go America, stay there for 100 years, Aboki na Aboki. That is something, that is something that you can never change. Aboki na Aboki. Whether you travel, go anywhere, Aboki na Aboki. That is what you are seeing in the ignorant of that Simon and his brainwashing a few hours ago to you people. Asorock is on the other side, using IPOB money to maintain the big ass that she has at the back. 5 million. They push Caterpillar. Caterpillar collect 5 million. The one who said they push Caterpillar is now saying, oh, I didn't push Caterpillar. Caterpillar didn't push himself. So you see what these people are doing. As in our way, Simon has been in Finland in the past decades. In 2 decades right now. 2 decades. 20 years. But he has not been able to do anything productive back home. He is a westernized individual. He's somebody that does not even know or understand the pains of people whom he claims he is fighting for. He does not even understand the opinion of people whom he claims he's fighting for, because he went in there as a double agent. He saw there is money there. He concentrated now on the money he is getting, because it is even bigger than the one that they were supposed to pay him. That's why you see him telling you that I will be your end. Some of them are politicians that he is threatening. Politicians that he made deals with. Just like I told you, he made deals with Andy Oba during Anambra State election. Deal of 1 billion naira with Andy Oba. Go and ask him. When he failed, he came to say that Andy Oba is the one bringing insecurity in Anambra State, because Andy Oba did not give him the money. So, the most important thing is that it sounds like a joke, it sounds like a truth, but all for you, go and ask Andy Oba. He's there. So, I want you Biafrans to stop being gullible and taking up this narrative that this guy is pushing for you. That narrative is taking you nowhere. It is making you a fool. Because what he is trying to do is to make sure that he makes you a fool. A fool that does not understand a simple activities. Like a journalist came to find out about Simon, and now they have to leave about Simon and discuss Biafra. Even if you discuss Biafra, journalists will not report it. That is not her assignment or his assignment. His assignment is to come and find out the activities of Simon in Biafra land and the activities of IPOB, which he claims is the leader. That is just it. I am going to leave it here. I am going to leave it here until we meet again. Maybe I have a very important broadcast that I'm supposed to do this afternoon. When I get to the office, I don't know, I will have some sleep, and then after, when I wake up, I'm going to go to the office. After that, if I have time this afternoon, I'm going to come online. There is an important broadcast that I need to make, and there is a story that I'm also following up with. If I confirm it, I will bring it up. Very, very interesting. So stay informed and stay tuned. We are going to, maybe, I am not promising because I don't know how my schedule is going to be, because I believe I am going to be late today to the office because I'm already tired. I haven't had some good rest. So in that regard, I want you to stay safe, stay informed. Don't let anybody push a narrative for you. Make sure you actually make inquiries before you start promoting anything. We are not liars. What we tell you, it is a fact. It is divine. IPOB, we are not going to allow the work of Ohamadike, the only man that is loved by more than 75 million people, to go down the drain. His good job, his work. And now they want to brand him a terrorist at all costs. Now, all the things that IPOB has been telling you, now you will begin to understand it. Activities of Simon Ekpa now is now being, investigated as activities of IPOB, because that is what the Western agenda presents. And that is why we must continue to debunk it. It will start from Finland. He claimed Finland was the one who was helping Biafrans during 1967 war. We will find out how they helped. We will find it out. But until we meet again, stay safe, stay informed. Bye for now.